Have you ever wondered how Saudi Arabia transformed from a vast desert into one of the richest nations on earth? It's a story of oil, ambition, and vision that reshaped an entire country. Let's dive into this fascinating journey. Before the discovery of oil, Saudi Arabia was a land of deserts and small communities. The economy relied on trade, agriculture, and the annual pilgrimage to Mecca, but resources were limited. Life was harsh, and the majority of the population depended on camel caravans, fishing, and subsistence farming to survive. Towns like Riyadh and Jeddah were small, and the infrastructure was minimal. The Arabian Peninsula was historically a land of nomads and traders. The Bedouins roamed the desert, while traders in coastal cities engaged in commerce with Africa, India, and the Mediterranean. The Hajj pilgrimage to Mecca and Medina brought in visitors and traders, but there was no major industry or steady source of wealth. Everything changed in 1938 when oil was discovered in the Eastern Province. The first successful well, known as Dammam No. 7, struck black gold, and that moment altered Saudi Arabia's destiny forever. This discovery came after years of exploration and failed attempts. The breakthrough was made possible by American geologists working under a concession agreement between Saudi Arabia and the Standard Oil Company of California, SOCAL, which would later evolve into Aramco. As soon as oil was confirmed in large quantities, everything changed. International companies rushed in, and the oil industry started booming. The Saudi government partnered with American oil firms, leading to the birth of Aramco, now the world's most valuable oil company. The newfound wealth allowed Saudi Arabia to modernize its infrastructure. Roads, schools, hospitals, and modern cities emerged almost overnight. This was just the beginning of a transformation that would make Saudi Arabia one of the wealthiest nations in the world. The 1950s and 60s saw an explosion in economic growth. The wealth from oil-fueled rapid development, cities expanded, new industries emerged, and the government took control of the nation's resources. By the 1970s, Saudi Arabia was one of the fastest-growing economies in the world. The OPEC oil embargo in 1973 further increased oil prices, bringing in massive revenues. The kingdom used this wealth to invest in infrastructure, education, and healthcare. Roads were paved across the desert, universities were built, and modern hospitals were established. The government also started providing subsidies to citizens, making life easier for many Saudis. As a founding member of OPEC, Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, Saudi Arabia played a crucial role in controlling oil prices globally. The country used its vast reserves to influence the global economy, further solidifying its wealth and power. Saudi Arabia's massive oil reserves allowed it to dictate terms in the oil industry. By adjusting production levels, the country could impact global oil prices, affecting economies worldwide. This power made Saudi Arabia a key player in international politics and economics. But Saudi Arabia knew it couldn't rely on oil forever. The government launched Vision 2030, a plan to diversify the economy with tourism, technology, and renewable energy. The rise of mega projects like NEOM, a futuristic city, shows the country's ambition beyond oil. Vision 2030 aims to reduce the country's dependence on oil by developing new industries such as technology, finance, and tourism. Projects like the Red Sea Tourism Initiative, Qiddiya Entertainment City, and the futuristic NEOM City are part of this effort. Saudi Arabia is also investing in artificial intelligence, robotics, and renewable energy. The government is also encouraging private sector growth, allowing more foreign investments and introducing economic reforms. The entertainment industry, which was previously restricted, is now booming with concerts, sporting events, and cinema screenings. Today, Saudi Arabia is investing in industries like artificial intelligence, entertainment, and finance. It's opening up to the world with tourism and sports events, creating a future beyond its oil wealth. Saudi Arabia's influence is expanding beyond the Middle East. The country is hosting major events like Formula One races, international film festivals, and heavyweight boxing matches. Saudi investments are also spreading globally, from buying stakes in technology firms to acquiring football clubs. Despite its immense wealth, Saudi Arabia faces challenges. Global demand for oil is shifting as countries push for greener energy solutions. The kingdom must continue its efforts to diversify and adapt to changing economic conditions. Climate change and environmental concerns pose another challenge. As the world moves toward renewable energy, Saudi Arabia must find new ways to sustain its economy. That's why the country is heavily investing in solar and wind energy projects. Additionally, social and cultural reforms continue to shape the country. Recent changes, such as allowing women to drive and opening up the entertainment sector, signal a more progressive future. However, balancing tradition with modernization remains a key challenge. From a desert land to a global powerhouse, Saudi Arabia's journey is remarkable. With bold visions and massive investments, the kingdom is shaping a future that extends far beyond its oil-rich past. The question now is, what's next for Saudi Arabia? With initiatives like Vision 2030, the nation is actively preparing for a post-oil world. Whether through tech innovation, tourism, or international partnerships, Saudi Arabia is positioning itself as a key player in the global economy. One thing is certain, Saudi Arabia's story is far from over. Its wealth, influence, and ambitions will continue to shape the future. The world will be watching,